Blessings, friends. It's Maya here with a mini astro update. This weekend we have one of the biggest transits of the year of 2024. Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, is coming together with Uranus, the planet of rebellion, unpredictability, and sudden changes, all happening in the sign of Taurus. Now, Jupiter and Uranus come together naturally in a synodic cycle every 14 years. However, Jupiter coming together with Uranus in Taurus specifically only happens once every 84 years. A significant time Jupiter and Uranus conjoined in Taurus was around the French Revolution. Well, we see similar themes of these moments in history resurfacing in transformative cyclical ways. On a global scale, these two planets coming together can create expansive sudden changes and growing rebellions when it comes to the foundation of our society, our government, as well as shocking changes having to do with our economy and financial system. Of course, such outcomes can be both beneficial and destructive concurrently in their own unique ways. We're already seeing and feeling this when it comes to massive protests around current wars, shakeups with government foundations, changes with traditional electional processes, which are all getting disrupted drastically. We're also seeing our money and the way we use money suddenly changing broadly with chips and cards, Apple Pay, less cash, less cashier and workers being replaced by self-checkout machines, quantum financial systems, and how people are going about making money as well. With Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, Taurus being an earth sign and having to do with agriculture, we can see sudden changes with our food supply, agriculture, livestock, farmers, and food prices, as well as more shocking events around natural disasters, shifting the foundation of our physical earth as well. Earthquakes certainly being one of them. We have already been seeing, feeling, and experiencing these changes, especially as Jupiter and Uranus has been in the same sign of Taurus this whole past year. However, as Jupiter and Uranus come closer together this weekend in their conjunction, we will potentially see a takeoff or an expansive, electrifying jump in one or more of these topics covered above. I have done a whole video about this when Jupiter first moved into Taurus on my YouTube channel last year. If you're interested in more, you can head on over and check that out. On an individual level, this conjunction all depends on where Taurus falls at in your specific natal chart. The Taurus part of your chart will be where you will be having expansive sudden changes occurring for you. Of course, in astrology, this does not always mean these changes will occur exactly on the day of the conjunction. Such events can manifest itself within a couple days before or after. It also takes us being in tune with our life and having a personal relationship and pattern recognition with such planets to see and understand how these manifestations have or will unfold for us, intuiting and feeling into such shifts in a balanced way, not in a fearful way and also not in a prideful way. It is not always literal, physical, or obvious for some people to experience a conjunction, yet for others, especially those who have planets around the exact degree or elemental sign of the conjunction, can feel it significantly with more ease or with more difficulty, whereas others may feel it more subtle on mental and spiritual levels. All in all, this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is starting a new 14-year cycle for each of us. So what area of life will you be having expansive growth spurts and sudden changes occurring for you over the next 14 years? For Aries rising, this conjunction is happening in your second house. This could be an expansive, electric, sudden change having to do with your income, physical possessions, self-worth, values, and how you make money. For Taurus rising, this conjunction is happening in your first house. This can be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with your self, identity, physical body, and outward appearances and new endeavors. For Gemini rising, this conjunction is happening in your 12th house. This can be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with the unseen realms, your subconscious mind, mental health, and spirituality. For Cancer rising, this conjunction is happening in your 11th house. This can be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with large groups of people, organization, friendships, and future hopes and wishes. For Leo rising, this conjunction is happening in your 10th house. This can be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with your career, public reputation, image, leadership, achievement, recognition, as well as parental figures. For Virgo rising, this conjunction will be happening in your 9th house. This can be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with your higher learning, long-distance travel, beliefs, religion, as well as publishing and teaching. For Libra rising, this conjunction is happening in your 8th house. This could be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with your shared resources, shared money, taxes, investments, inheritances, as well as loans, mortgages, and deep bonds. For Scorpio rising, this conjunction will be happening in your 7th house. This could be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with your personal relationships, business relationships, contracts, negotiations, agreements, marriages, as well as legal documents. For Sagittarius rising, this conjunction will be happening in your 6th house. This could be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with one's health and work, daily employment, daily routine, diet, exercise, as well as pets and animals. For Capricorn rising, this conjunction is happening in your 5th house. This can be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with your creativity, romance, children, hobbies, celebrations, as well as small businesses. For Aquarius rising, this conjunction is happening in your 4th house. This could be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with your home and family, property, real estate, emotional security, as well as ancestral lineage and tradition. And last but not least, for Pisces rising, this conjunction will be happening in your 3rd house. This can be an electric, expansive, sudden change having to do with your communication, online content and persona, short form learning and writing, neighborhood, local travel, as well as siblings and extended family. Astro blessings to you all.